I've been studying for the last 5 freaking hours and I can't seem to figure out this problem. And I'm sure everything that I've studied earlier on, I've forgotten as well. And what's that gosh darn noise? It's been bothering me for the last 5 hours, man. You know what? Screw this. I can't do this anymore.
Is this you? Constantly forcing yourself to study hard for long periods of time without being able to retain any information at the end? Well, guess what? You're not alone. It's time to stop this madness. Forget burning the midnight oil and sacrificing your sanity. Today, I'm about to unveil the secret to studying smarter and not harder. And of course, stay till the end for a bonus tip. So the best way for me to present this would be in a timeline fashion, where my timeline has 5 different steps, including one bonus step. And this is to show you what, according to me, would be the best way to implement studying smarter if you were to do it. So moving into our first tip, I simply cannot emphasize how much better and more organized my life has become since I've started to note down everything on a calendar. Whether it's a simple appointment, a task, or an event, my calendar acts like a personal manager or an agent for me. And it doesn't matter if you use a digital or a physical calendar. I personally prefer to use a digital calendar because I can effortlessly carry it wherever I go. Whether it's on my laptop, on my iPad, or on my phone, all of these 3 devices are with me everywhere I go. So it's my calendar. So let me give you a glimpse of my calendar. And just to let you know, I've always been a user of the Google Calendar. As you can see here, my YouTube tasks are marked with red, lectures are marked with green, gray, and purple, appointments are marked with a yellow color, and all of my other tasks are marked with a blue color. I also make sure to update my calendar every Sunday because my new week starts on a Monday. The best tips that I can give you for your own calendar are use different colors and categories, set reminders on your calendar, prioritize your tasks, and of course, the most important tip, review it regularly. Having this roadmap with me always allows me to identify and move ahead in the next phases of my timeline. For example, it allows me in identifying time where I'm free to visit my professor for their office hours in case there's something I'm struggling to understand in a course or in a subject. And this exactly is the next step of our timeline. The holy grail of academic support. I've seen students go to tutors who charge a ridiculous amount of up to around $80 per hour for very average teaching, when students could be going to their own professors and clarifying those same doubts for free. Office hours aren't just for struggling students. They're an opportunity for you as a student to connect with your professor on a much deeper level, seek clarification on topics that you found confusing, and gain insights that cannot be found in a conventional textbook. And if you do well in the class, your professors can also act as a reference for you, especially when you're out seeking for jobs. I make sure to go to office hours regularly because I've had professors who've almost given me answers for assignments just because I took the initiative to go and show up to the office hour. If for any reason you're unable to make the professor's designated office hour time, you should email them and let them know and set up another time with them. And I'm sure that they'll be willing to help you out. While relying on professors is definitely important, I cannot emphasize the importance of relying on a study buddy. I cannot tell you how much time and hassle I've saved myself just because I've been working with a buddy of mine. Let me actually tell you a story about this. So this is my second last semester at university, and I'm currently forced to take up a geography elective so that I can graduate with the required number of credits. But this class is purely based on assignments. It has no exams. We have individual assignments like weekly quizzes and a big group project that is due at the end of the semester. And now I'm actually too busy working and studying for my business classes to actually devote too much time for this one geography class. Therefore, for the weekly quizzes, what I do is I team up with my group member, Sarah, who actually studies for the quiz, and we each have 2 attempts for the quiz. So we take 1 attempt each and then figure out where we've gone wrong and do our next attempts on the basis of that to get full grades on the quiz. And where I contribute more is actually in the group project, which is big, and it's like 50% of the grade in the class. And I contribute to that more so that we can do well on that and I can get a better grade in the class. I have numerous stories like this where working with a buddy in one of my classes has literally saved my ass in university. Therefore, even if you take a class where you don't know someone, I would strongly advise that you go out there in the class, put yourself out there and talk to people, get to know them, make friends. They won't say no, they won't really shut you down. All you've got to do is just put yourself out there. Downtime. A breath of fresh air amidst the chaotic university life. But don't be fooled into thinking that this downtime is going to be full of sleeping until noon and late night Netflix marathons. No, downtime, my friends, is a precious opportunity that you get once in a while in order to plan ahead and get ahead and set yourself up for success. Next week, I have my annual spring reading break for university, which essentially means a time when students and staff get 1 week off. Like basically there's no classes happening in that week at all. And in this downtime, I do 3 things. Firstly, I plan, which includes everything from the biggest detail, like preparing for an exam after my reading break, or the smallest detail, such as grocery shopping. I take everything into account and place it on my trusty calendar, so I'm up to date on everything that needs to be done. Number 2, revise. With no classes to attend, I feel this is the perfect time for me to deep dive into the different study materials and reinforce my understanding of key concepts. I'll review my notes, work on some of the practice problems that I've been given, and use any available resources to solidify my already existing knowledge. And lastly, recharge. Remember, downtime isn't all about productivity, it's also about self-care. I'll use this week to relax, unwind, and do things that bring me joy. Whether it's spending time with my loved ones or pursuing my hobbies, I'll do things that entirely nourish my mind, body, and soul. By balancing productivity and relaxation, I can make the most of this downtime and feel completely recharged and ready to conquer the rest of the semester when I have to return to it. My last and bonus tip for all of you is perhaps the most important one. It is to be kind to yourself. If you try to implement this timeline that I've just talked about into your schedules and are unable to do so, don't stress out. Even I did not learn all of this in one day. I've heard of a saying that goes something like, if you do something for 21 days, it becomes very hard to not do it again. And that's what I mean. It might be difficult to do this for the first 2 or 3 weeks, but soon you'll get used to this. And the best part about this is that you can literally use this timeline for anything apart from studying as well. Whether it's managing your work schedule or planning personal projects or even organizing your social life, the principles of, as I like to call it, the smart management and productivity apply to all areas of life. So stop here and breathe. And now I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep striving for excellence, always stay curious, and always pursue your dreams. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.